You go, boy. I still can't hear it because I'm on a nasty-ass tablet. I'll just take your word. Thanks, pal.
Gone. There we go. Welcome, everybody. There's always lots of surprises, but we are finally streaming to all the platforms like we intended. So that's good. That's good. Hope everyone's doing well today. How's the players today?
Awesome. Depends on what we're going to do next.
You who are about to die, we salute you. Anyways, you know what? This is how behind I am. This is how my day has went all day. I forgot to get my dice out. So,
dear thee.
Yeah. So we got
go through with the ritual dress.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
When's it gonna be?
Natural 20s.
Across the board.
I see a natural 19, but I don't see any natural 20s tonight. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
Good night for those.
We might survive.
For those new to the stream, I have this little ritual with my dice that I do every time because that's how weird we are with D&D. Animal sacrifices, dice, all that stuff. No, just kidding. All right, so
just kidding about the dice.
That's funny.
All right, while I sort these, we'll go ahead and get started for sure. So where we left off, the party went out on a little adventure, came back and was accepted into the Dewclaw tribe. And now they find themselves heading out to find Longtooth. I'm sure we're going to say that wrong sometime tonight.
He's a nice guy.
And
Dewclaw, hoo-ha-ha.
During the adventure, they ran into a particular odd creature named Burn Patch, and through a series of stealthfulness and shenanigans, managed to bind him and head several miles east following the map that they were given by Grimscar, and began setting up camp. And that is where we left off at the moment.
Who's taking first watch?
Scar was taking.
I believe, yeah. Scar and Blaylock, you were taking first watch. Is that correct?
I'll take second watch.
Right.
Guys, so it's gonna be a fun fucking night.
Yay!
What happened this time?
Unstable again.
Oh no. Well, we're used to that.
Yeah, Scar's completely
not usually
unstable.
right off the bat.
Man,
but we love you, bro.
My green dice came to freaking play tonight. Holy cow.
Shut your mouth. We don't want to hear it. All right. At least I'll get some sleep.
All right. So who's taking first watch?
I believe Scar has first watch and Blaylock has second.
Okay. And that'll do for tonight. That's my dice. Dice chosen. Close enough. All right. Scar, you sit around the campfire and set up your watch, looking around, and go ahead and roll perception.
20.
I could advantage on perception. 22.
Okay. So you hear some commotion, and you hear some harpies in the distance, what you recognize as harpies, but none of them come close to the camp. They seem pretty far out. But nice, restful evening. And your time passes.
I warn Blaylock to watch over in that direction.
Oh, close.
Close enough that I can hear them.
Too close. Thank you. Now, begin watch.
Okay. So you go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah, 6.
We're gonna die.
So as
Oh, hold on. That's an advantage. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
19.
A little better.
Wow.
A little better. Let me put my dice away.
Oh, that's good.
My heart.
You keep an eye over on things and kind of tinker around and take inventory of the pieces you have left that you purchased, the gears and different springs and sprockets, and just to make sure you have enough to continue moving forward, as your creations have taken some hits in the last few adventures. But
Creations to fix, creations to make. I wish we wouldn't have left that wagon at home.
But for the most part, you stare into the flame, thinking of the adventures you have. It seemed like just a short while ago, you were just a simple minotaur running into some random folks. You think back of some of the people you've met and been around, Horse Breath and others. And the morning comes with no surprises. The morning is here.
And it's time that we get moving. The morning presses on. I'll start shaking everybody awake.
Hey.
Hey, is it time to get up already?
It's past time.
Well, day breaks. Let's get going.
Be cautious of this direction over here. There were harpies spotted. I did not hear them, but Scar's keen ears did, so be on guard.
Should we go hunting? Could always use some more meat.
I don't like your meat, sir.
Well, the meat would probably be fine the first night, but not the 764th.
I agree with that.
Anybody remember which direction we were headed here?
Guard packs up his stuff and we'll start heading in the direction.
I'll point towards Scar's back, and I'll be like, I believe that direction.
Sounds like a plan. Shall we?
All right. So you pack up your things and begin moving forward. And who's leading?
I am.
Okay. You start leading through the canyons, and you notice as you move through that it seems that you're seeing a bit more signs of foot traffic, of people coming through here, go ahead and roll a perception.
$20, $30.
30. Okay. In the far distance, you can hear some general sounds. Sounds like light city sounds or something like that that you're coming upon.
I believe we're coming up on this village. I suggest we proceed with caution and quietly.
Sounded like a big village.
It's loud enough that I can hear it from here.
Find a vantage point where we can scope it out.
We should start with the matter which we refused to discuss these past few days, and that's what are we going to do once we get there?
Hopefully we can talk them into rejoining the clan.
I think we do pretty well thinking on our feet.
I find this a difficult task for someone who would rip his sister's jaw and beat her to death with it.
I would agree. I do not see Longtooth going with this.
We really need to have a plan B to make sure we know what to do. We don't want to go in with blades arising.
Plan B seems to be to remove the snake's head. Plan A would be to have him rejoin the clan.
I can agree with that. Yes, absolutely. Scar, what do you think?
I would agree. I would also say that I have more specialty in this particular matter.
I
If
agree
say
with that.
something, I would suggest you listen.
I agree.
By your lead, Scar.
I want to get close enough that we can see what's going on, but not walk directly in yet.
Okay. So you begin walking that direction and kind of come up on a ridge as things kind of open up. As you look out into the area just over the hill that you're on, peering down in, you see a variety of caves cut into the walls around. It seems to be a large circular area with a central hub in the middle that's just emptied out, also in a circular area, and then right in the center of that seems to be a well of some sort. You see bridges constructed between some of the caves, kind of crisscrossing over the top of the area, and in the distance you can hear waves crashing along. So you know you're not too far from water, and you can also hear just kind of a light sound of music, some drums in the distance coming from this area, as a few of the gnolls come out of their caves for the morning, looking around and going about their day-to-day lives.
Seems that they live differently than the Dew clan. You claw.
So what should you suggest that we do?
Scar, would they have an elder similar to the Dew Claw? Could they function without the elder?
They could function without the elder.
Hmm.
This is a more power-driven, strength and power-driven clan. It's not about the old ways. It's about what they can take now.
That well in the center, that might be a worthy avenue of entrance through stealth. If we can find a way to enter through that well.
I think any kind of stealth maneuver would be taken as an act of aggression. With this clan, I more see we need to be up front.
Say when we walk straight in through the front door.
That is exactly what I think.
I concur with that. We should just walk in.
I am very hesitant to
You
walking
guys-
into the enemy's territory. However, Scar knows much more than I.
To call them out.
I say we should at least be staggered a little bit. Let's not be in one close group.
Scar, take a look at us. How should we present ourselves when presented before this clan?
We should show that we are power. I suggest Zormir stay hidden in the back.
Hey, what do you have against me going in here?
I don't. What if something goes wrong? You're the one that can get us out.
All right.
What did I just tell you about questioning my methods?
It's just unusual you having some faith in my abilities.
And Nemoria and myself?
Not much I can do with you two.
But we sneak well.
Remember,
Sometimes.
subtlety is not the response that would gain favor.
I am not suggesting that the three of us sneak. As I said, we need to show that we are not afraid.
I lurk in the shadows or just stay behind you all?
I suggest lurking in the shadows.
That I can do with pride.
Just know, if you screw this up, they will probably kill you.
I have never screwed up sneaking.
I would advise you rid yourself of anything of a peculiar odor. Gnolls have a particular sense of smell, if you haven't noticed that from our dear compatriot.
Do I smell? You saying something?
I'm saying that nasty bag smells.
Very much so.
I don't smell anything,
You
but
almost got yourself caught the other night because of the rotted meat.
if you guys say so. Well, guess I'll just have to stash it somewhere. Do I see any place that I could tuck my bag in? Can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
While you're scoping for trees, Moria, you and I should practice standing tall and proud like Scar.
I agree with you.
I'm gonna stick out my puny chest.
How about now? There we go.
There it is.
Sneaking is not our ability.
No. Stick out your chest and be proud.
I will stick out my chest with my bosom and my long beard.
Comb your beard a little bit. It's got a little scraggly there.
My beard is beautiful, and it is very long.
Have you ever seen Scar comb his fur and mane?
No.
Next
like
time
the nattier the better. That means you've seen the trail.
I shall shave my beard the next time we rest. To start all over again the next week.
So what I was saying is, if you want to hide your stuff somewhere, just roll an investigation, see if there's any place that looks...
I'm proficient in investigation, so wish me luck. Ooh, natural 19 plus 8 is 27.
Okay.
Was that for all of us?
No, just for him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's stashing his bag because he stinks, or his bag stinks.
Oh.
It kind of goes together.
He stinks, back stinks. Yeah, it's all together.
All right. So, yeah, you find like a small crack in the rock where you're at that you could stuff it in there if you wanted to.
Yep. I'm gonna go over there and stuff my bag in and take out my 2 daggers and rapier and keep them on me.
Okay.
I suggest you stay around 250 feet behind us. Hidden.
250. Scar. That's a lot of feet. It's a lot of killing people.
Do you honestly think if they attack us that we would actually survive? 4 of us against an entire clan?
I think we could do it, but rather not take that risk.
I have fireball.
Just keep your eye open on us. If something does happen, you might be the only one to get back to the Dew Claw clan.
Aye.
All right. What do you want to do?
Shall we move onward?
By Scar's lead. How he acts, we should follow suit.
I agree.
How far do you think so we're up looking out. How far do you think we are from it if we get back on the trail?
Probably 100, 150 feet.
Okay. I guess let's Stormir again. You are our eyes.
As I am.
Alright, you two. Let's do this.
Good luck.
All right. Heading forward.
I want to get probably about 30 feet from the gate.
Okay.
And then stop.
All right.
Is this a walled?
It's not.
camp?
No. It's just where the canyon kind of splits. There's not a gate per se, but it's a noticeable entrance and access point into there. You want to get within distance of what you see? Okay. So, as everyone comes forward, you see the gnolls begin more of their everyday day-to-day duties, and you get closer to this opening, and two very large gnolls come out from the sides, both wielding spears, as they see you walking forward.
Is there like a back entrance or some way I can avoid this opening to sneak in?
It's pretty tall. You may be able to climb up and over.
Oh gosh, climbing, that never goes well. So is there any way I can get through this gate without them noticing?
Right now, you don't even know they're there if you're staying the 250 feet back.
All right, yeah. So I'm just going to be staying back for now.
Okay. Scar, you're within the 30 feet. They haven't said anything yet.
I stand up straight. I puff out my chest.
Okay.
I am Scar from Clan. Why do I keep forgetting Dewback?
Do claw, not do back.
Dewclaw.
Dewclaw.
That's what I'm saying. I am Scar from Clan Dewclaw. Dewclaw. We are here sent by Grimscar. We are here to talk to Longtooth.
And you see the guards kind of shift on their feet a bit, and their lip kind of furls over their teeth when you mention the Dewclaw. You wish to speak to Grimclaw. Or Longtooth, sorry.
You do it too.
I know. I know. And they kind of eye around. Are these prisoners, or are they food that you bring with you?
Neither. They have been accepted into the Dewclaw clan as well.
Show your proof.
I pull out the tooth and raise it in the air. If Longtooth is watching, he will know what this is. I no longer need to speak with you.
They kind of look around the group suspiciously and nod at each other. This way! Ugh. It's going to be a rough voice day, folks. It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the gnolls turns, begins walking while the other one waits for you all to pass by if you follow.
I try and simulate what Scar did and think back on how my father used to walk when he was on guard for the tribe. Just gonna puff out my chest, try and hold my shoulders up straight, and try and look as big as possible.
Okay.
Looking everybody in the eye.
And so you all begin following the lead guard while the other one falls in line behind you. Zormir, what are you doing?
I see this happen.
It's way off in the distance. You hear a little bit of commotion, but it's hard to make out.
But I saw there were guards there.
Are you staying 250 feet back?
Yeah.
Nope.
No? Okay. I'm gonna start walking towards the entrance, stealthily, keeping an ear open for anyone that might be there.
Okay, roll stealth.
Gladly. Ooh, that one wasn't so good. 20. 20 dirty.
Okay. So, I would say As you sneak a little closer but keep your distance, you see just the tail end of Namora. You're bringing up the rear, right?
Yep.
You see just you can hear the telltale of Nemoria walking with a rather large gnoll with a spear behind her. And as they leave the area, it seems almost out of nowhere, 2 other gnolls come and turn and kind of stand in position.
At the gate?
Yep.
Nice, okay. I'm gonna look around. Obviously, I can't sneak straight through the front door now. Look around for any other way to get in.
Okay. Just looking around, there's not a whole lot outside of climbing. It's a pretty singular entrance in. It's what makes it a good fortification.
Is there like some loose rocks around?
Oh, there's plenty of loose rocks around.
Is there a way I could chuck it into the camp without them seeing where it came from?
You can certainly try.
I'm not gonna do that. It's dumb. I'm gonna try and climb over.
Okay. Roll in athletics.
14.
Okay. You scale up. It's not super tall, but you're able to kind of scale up on top of some rocks and get 10, 15 foot into the air. And there's some rocks here you could jump back and forth between to get further into the camp.
So I'm in the camp now?
You're above the wall of the camp.
Okay.
The canyon wall.
I'm
You could look down into the camp.
gonna peer over this edge and spot for anybody that might see me if I attempted to climb over the other edge.
All right. You see a lot of gnolls, and this goes for everyone. You see that just various colors, light brown, black, fur. Some kids running around. They're not all warriors, though. It does seem that they're a little more well dressed than the Dewclaw are. They do seem very ordered and militaristic in their design. There's subsets of guards several places around the camp. You don't hear any commotion from rowdy areas or anything like that. That's what you see.
Do I feel I could climb over without being seen?
It might be there's a lot keeping watch. It might be a little challenging, but again, you could try.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, give me a stealth.
22.
Okay, you feel stealthy.
As always.
So you kind of scurry up to the edge, and then you find a couple cracks that go down. And give me an athletics, or not athletics, an acrobatics.
All right.
Acrobatics.
28.
You kind of run up to the edge, flip. You kind of land on like a cloth banner over a stall that seems unoccupied, kind of breaks your fall. And as soon as you hit it, you kick backwards and roll over right behind a few barrels that are there, without making any sounds. Like it didn't even happen.
Well, you guys know this is Assassin's Creed.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna start slaying the camp. All right, I'm going to slink into the shadows and try and follow the general direction that I saw people coming from.
Okay, you can see the rest of your group and where they're generally being led to, and you keep your distance as per Scar's instructions and stay hidden the best you can. The rest of you see this area. It's quite nice, and Scar, for a Knoll, you know, this is you can see why the Dewclaw are so passionate about their home, because this is a very nice place. It's very fortified. It seems like there's resources nearby. All of you see signs of markings placed along walls that look like they've been there for quite some time. And you notice with the big central circle cut out in the center of this camp, there's various seating that's around that, and you would expect this is some kind of arena for games or whatever they do there, maybe militaristic training or demonstrations that they do. Okay. As they lead you forward, you walk for quite some time around toward the back center of the camp, and they take you to quite a larger opening. And he turns, the lead guard stops and kind of slams the bottom of his spear into the ground with a big thud and turns back at the party. Wait here. As the guard from the back comes up toward the front.
I just nod.
And he, that was dramatic. You nod and everything falls apart. He disappears into the cave, and he's there for quite some time. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by. All of a sudden, he emerges from the cave, immediately stands outside it, puts his spear down, and stands at full attention as a massive Knoll emerges from the cave. Light brown pelt speckled with gray and white hair. He towers over the group. If Grimscar was big, this Knoll is bigger. Scar, for you, this is probably one of the larger Knolls that you've seen ever. And you know this is a Knoll that's been around for quite some time and seen a lot of action. His eyes just seem to burn with an orange fury, and he has one very large protruding tooth hanging from the left side of his muzzle. He kind of cracks his neck as he comes out of the cave and looks over the party. And you see him just slowly walk around, looking down at Scar. Kind of some disdain as he moves on to Blaylock. Looks at your broken horn. Gets to Nemoria. Leans forward toward Nemoria and just takes a big sniff. Comes around. And tell me, what brings you, emissaries from the Dewclaw, to my home? And he turns and walks forward and stands in front of all of you.
Your brother has asked us to come.
My brother is a traitor and deserves nothing better than death.
That is not how family treats family. A true Knoll would know that.
He looks you up and down. You You are not from the teeth. And he lets in a big sniff. You don't smell like one from the teeth.
That's right. I'm not.
Where do you hail from?
Lands farther from here. And apparently from clans better off.
So a deserter. Huh.
Not deserter. My destiny lied elsewhere.
And he looks all of you over and he walks back to Blaylock. Broken Horn. Why are you in my home?
Peace. We come to provide peace. Scar speaks for us.
He looks back at the guard standing outside. He desires peace. And the guard kind of laughs. It almost sounds like a hyena type laugh. Turns from you. Looks at Nemoria. Humans only come to kill. And to steal. And to invade. Why are you here in my home?
As you can see, none of us are human. We are here on a mission. And we want you to be part of that.
Oh? What mission is that?
We want you to come back to the clan. As Scar has told you.
You are not the clan. The clan is not one individual.
He turns and just a piercing glare just right into your eyes.
I stare right back at him.
Give me 1 second here. Dun, dun.
Oh, please don't roll 20.
Okay. It's more intimidating when I don't tell you what we're doing, right? He turns, heads up there to you. How do I know you all aren't spies? Here to slit my throat so my brother can take back his home, as his precious little elder tells him it all belongs to him.
I pull out the tooth again. He gave us this. He said he would know. You would know what this means. And that he was honest in trying to deal with you.
He looks at you. Yes. I know what that is. And he turns his muzzle to the side and he points up. It fits right here, and points at a broken. There you can see the where the tooth had been broken off from the side of his mouth.
He is done with the fighting. He is wise enough to know the two of you fighting is just wasting no lives.
Is he now? He tells you his side. but I fear he hasn't taken the liberties of giving you all the details of his betrayals.
I'm listening.
I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you. And
Yet you deal with thieves and murderers like Ulrich. And Drow like... what is his name? Jesus. I just had it too. Jaresh.
he looks down at you. And you can see a fair bit of frustration and anger in his eyes as he just pierces into your soul. But you stand unmoved by what you've said.
And just so you know, there will be no more dealings with Jaresh, as I have killed him.
I will not speak of these things. And I don't know who Jaresh is.
You may know of him as Yago. He sure as hell knew who you were.
He turns away, looks at the guard. They are welcome to stay here. And he kind of snickers and turns and walks away into his cave. And then you hear a small echoing voice from him coming from the large cave. We'll have them prove their worthiness to live or to die. And the guards turn. And behind Nemoria, there's a few more. Zoromir, you saw a couple just not aggressively walk up, but just kind of as the attentions of other gnolls, everyone has stopped basically and turned because the way the sound echoes within this area, and as big as he is and as loud as he is, it's all drawing all the attention of the area. And the guard that led you here comes back in front of you. Let me lead you to your quarters.
After you.
He turns, and you notice the pathway kind of is cut in a spiral. You kind of walk around in a circular way around the whole camp, so you're getting to see a lot of the camp. You can hear the sounds of blacksmith working. There's a lot of commotion as gnolls come out from various areas of the camp and staring at you. Nemoria and Blaylock, you can feel like the eyes just washing over you, like you're definitely an unfamiliar presence to this group of gnolls. And they take you to a cave that has a rather large door there, and turns and opens the door. Inside,
I step through.
and you see.
We'll go in.
Okay. You step inside, and it looks more like a prison cell than it does an actual room, but there's beds of some sort. Pretty rough. Zormir, what are you doing?
Now, is this solid or is this like bars?
The door is solid.
But like just the room itself, is it barred or is it like a solid room?
It's like a cave that has had a door built into it.
Okay.
I am still staying back in the shadows, maybe a little closer than the 250 feet that Scar told me to, but not a very good judge of distance. Watching this happen.
Camp too.
All right, roll a stealth.
Natural 1, but I get to reroll that.
20.
If I get 2 natural runs in a row, do I get to keep rerolling?
No. You have to.
Really?
Whole camp's gonna descend on you, pal.
Well, I still get a 12, which isn't great, but
No. I mean, it's
Natural 1.
but it's also a natural 1.
it's natural one. So as
Oh no.
I'm happy. I'm good at stealth.
that's even with, yeah, okay. Anyways, we'll talk about that post game.
Don't die.
So, Zormir, you've been stealthy this whole day, and just kind of crawling from item to item, barrel to barrel, and avoiding gnolls. And every now and then you see one raise up and start sniffing and turn your direction, but you kind of duck down, and you go to go around one of the barrels, and your foot slips on some loose stone, and you fall down to the next level with a big thud. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And before you can even come to with what happened, you see the point of a spear just in your face. Who are you?
I got separated from my friends. I was just trying to find them. Is this town? Where's your guys' tavern?
You don't belong here.
Oh, that I could have told you that, sir. I'm friendly, mean no harm. Just trying to pass through. Got a little lost.
And he kind of, you feel the point of the spear kind of pushing into you a bit. Maybe a snack for my cubs tonight.
Oh no, I don't have much meat on me, sir. I wouldn't be very tasty. You'd just be crunchy bones.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my goodness.
16.
16. He looks at you, and before you even know, he just bolts down. You just feel yourself being picked up right from the back of your collar and being dragged forward down this. Your feet just you try to. Your feet try to find ground, and they're just kind of dragging in the dirt, and you kick them to find so you can walk normal, and they just barely touch, so you can't really find purchase there. As Namor, you were the last one going in.
So can I see him?
Roll a perception for me.
20, not natural.
Okay. You hear some commotion and kind of turn and look over your shoulder. And when you do, you see Zoromir's legs just kind of kicking in the air, his arms flailing. And you see one of the gnolls with spear in one hand and Zoromir in the other, heading up past you.
So I'm going to do is I'm going to mind link with that gnoll that has a hold of him.
Ooh.
And I want to talk to him in his mind.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, you, sir, if you touch my little friend, I will make sure your nightmares for here on out into eternity will be the worst thing that you have ever heard and ever seen in your life. Every time you close your eyes, you will see me gnashing at your brain. So do you really want to touch my friend? Because you do not know who I am. And I will be lurking at every corner. Every time you turn around, you're going to be wishing that I was not there. Do you understand me?
Roll intimidation.
I think you should get bonus on intimidation for talking in his head.
12.
Or not bonus, advantage.
So he, you see him stop for a bit, and he kind of looks from one side to the other, and you see him reach into a small pouch, and he pulls out what looks like some kind of green leaf in his hand, several of them all bunched up in a pile. And he looks at it, and he smells it, and kind of makes a face at it, and then kind of looks over and dumps it on the ground to the side, and wipes his hand off, and begins walking forward.
Does he let him go?
No.
Is he still within 70 feet of me?
Oh yeah, he's heading basically toward you and back up the way.
So I'm going to scream in his head, how dare you continue on with my friend? Do you not know the power that I hold within my hand to sear your brain into little bits of raisins? If you do not let him go, this will be the last day you will ever see in your life. I will fry you from within. Do you understand me?
Roll another intimidation with disadvantage this time.
$18.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, I had a 20 and an 18.
Oh.
Holy shit. You want me to take a picture of it? Because I can.
No. He kind of looks down at Zoromir, and he just throws Zoromir down to the ground and turns his spear onto Zoromir.
Oh no.
Make an acrobatics check, Zoromir.
The dice go. 28.
Okay. So you're able to kind of catch yourself as you hit the ground, and you turn and look, and you can see he's very angry, and you're the only thing that has been different in his day today. And he shoves the spear down at you. What are you doing to my mind?
Nothing. You just been dragging me, but I don't know, man. Just put that pointy end somewhere else.
And roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, come on. 6.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Where are we in the camp right now?
About so it's a tall Colosseum style round circular with cutouts in the cave. Height wise, from the lowest part of the ground to the top, you're about in the middle. You're probably 20-30 feet from a door where you can see Nemoria. She kind of the sun glints off of her armor and shield a bit, and you know she's looking your direction. And he takes the spear and stabs it down into the ground right beside you. He misses.
Was he aiming for me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he lifts the spear back up.
Whoa! I don't know what's going on in your head, dude, but that's not me. I was just trying to find a place I could get a cold ale.
You threaten me to haunt me and make my life miserable?
I'm just but a wee little halfling. All I'm good at is drinking ale and dancing. I don't know what you're talking about with this mind white stuff.
At this point, another guard comes up, and it's quite a commotion that's going on. Blaylock, go ahead and roll a perception for me.
Let's see if I can get better. That is a 20, not natural.
Okay, you hear a commotion going on.
Can I open the door? I'm gonna try and open the door.
Yeah, the door's open. It's not closed on you.
Oh, I'm gonna stick the head out.
Okay, you see at this
What are
point
the guards doing there with us?
standing and watching over you. So you have the two that led you there. They're standing close by. They while they're
I want to look at the one closest to me, the leader one. And
Okay.
see if I can't find, like, is there like a set of keys or something that I can? I mean, I already figure I know what the hell's going on, so I'm taking advantage of the situation.
there's no keys. Looking at the door, it doesn't even have a lock on it.
Okay.
Firebolt.
So Blaylock, you see there's some gnolls around something that's going on, but you're really not sure what's going on.
I don't see anything else, just a bunch of gnolls around something.
And a lot of noise. Yeah.
Lots of noise. Scar, there's a commotion outside. I don't know what it pertains to, but it doesn't bode well.
So I've actually heard Stormir talking, correct?
Yeah, because of Noel's hearing.
He's with us. I just talked to the lead guard. You might as well bring him in.
And you see him kind of look at you. And he looks at the other guard. Watch them. He turns. And Zormir, you see kind of a little bit larger gnoll, not too much, kind of push through the crowd and grabs a hold of you and lifts you up. And the one that's been dragging you around, that one is mine. What did this one do? He looks at you, Zormir, and the other gnoll begins explaining to this other one that like putting voices in his head and things like that. So.
Uh-oh, we just lost Mike.
Oh no! Oh, we lost Mike. All right, camera's off.
But now I'm just losing connection completely.
All right, Scar, Blaylock,
That's like it's been that way for a while.
and now Nemoria. All right.
So can I still see? Can I still see Zamoria? Zormir?
Zormir, yeah.
So I'm gonna talk to him again, and be like, listen, he's not talking to you. I will be your worst enemy if you ever want to throw a spear at him again.
You're saying that to...
Just leave him alone.
You're saying that to Zormir?
Nope, I'm saying that to the Knoll.
Which one?
The one that stabbed him with a spear.
Stabbed at him. Yep.
Stabbed at him, yeah.
Okay. Zormir, you take 9 points of slashing damage as the Knoll takes an open claw and rakes you across the face.
Why?
Yeah, why?
People are brutal.
You threaten me again?
I'm looking at him so confused right now. I'm holding my face. No idea what you're talking about, man. I'm just sitting here. You guys, I'm your prisoner now.
He looks up at the bigger Knoll. Bind him! And the bigger Knoll, who has a hold of you, takes you over, and they bring him some chains, and he puts clasps around your feet and clasps around your hands, and looks up at you, Scar. It's your problem tonight, but he's not moving. And they take his weapons from him.
Oh no!
And throw him in the room.
A rapier.
So am I near Scar?
Yeah, you Scar and Blaylock are pretty close to the door.
Outside of the house.
Outside of the cave.
Yeah.
Scar, I seen that our buddy was about to be killed. I mind linked with him to try to get him to back off. I understand. But I did not want to see one of our own killed over something stupid. I did what I thought was right.
And you were wrong.
So you say.
Duly noted.
But how was I to know that killing one of our own was right?
None of us have been harmed.
But they found him sneaking.
This is not the time.
Exactly. We shall have this discussion later on.
We shall.
Meanwhile, our friend, who is part of our group,
Nemoria,
is now
I
being
think
held.
you have done enough. Tend to our friend's wounds that you so graciously bestowed upon him.
And
and I walk into the room.
You look into the room. Zormir looks beat up. Clothes are dirty. His face bleeding. He just kind of looks up as you sheepishly.
I heard Nemoria and Scar just talking there.
Roll a perception. We'll
I
see.
wasn't being quiet about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wasn't either.
Your passive perception. Yeah, you heard this conversation.
Okay. Wait, that was you, Nemoria? That guy just kept talking. I thought he was crazy, talking about voices.
So I'm going to talk to him because I can switch between people. Zoramir, I was trying to protect you. I seen he was going to hurt you. So I wanted to put the fear of Bahama in his mind to keep him from hurting you. I tried what I could do.
Took his fear out on my face.
Are they still watching us?
I am sorry.
So they know now that it wasn't me.
Oh yeah.
Zoramir, Scar is not happy with me, but we shall deal with this later on. I will not let one of our group be dismembered over something frivolous. That is not right.
What did you
I'm not
guys
saying
get up
anything
to
else
to end up in this
while
cave
their
here?
guards are there.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Blaylock, what are you doing?
Waiting until I get inside.
Okay, you walk inside. Everyone's in there.
Oh, okay. Mm, apparently, to answer your question, Zoramir, is we were doing fine because we followed the lead of Scar. We are in the house. We may be tested, but now they distrust us.
Everything that I just did is probably undone because of the simple thing of not listening. Again.
So you would put the life of one of our group above your pettiness and above your wanting to get something done? How dare you?
How dare I?
Absolutely.
I told him to stay back. He didn't listen. He fucked up. And then you, without discussing anything, decided to go into the mind of a military gnoll and threaten him. What did you think was going to happen?
I was just trying to get him to back off of Zoramir so that he did not hurt or kill him and make
And yet
him
all
part
that
of our
was
group.
done was that Zoramir got hurt.
And what
Again.
happens if we didn't say anything? He could.
He
very
probably
well
would
be
have been
dead.
brought in with us.
I think I was handling the situation quite fine. I was gonna slither out of their hands at some point. I was gonna find that window.
Now he is weaponless, bound, and injured.
Fine. I shall bow to your ever will. Because I am that type of a person.
No,
I apologize.
obviously you are not.
I just thought for the moment that I was doing right.
We are done with this conversation for now.
Absolutely. What do you want to do now, Scar?
Now I have to think. Like I said, we came in here showing power. The fact that I got under his skin proves that what I was doing was working. And now it has all been undermined.
You can still get under his skin. He sees our power.
Not if I have to worry about you two. But that's alright. Going off half-cocked without a plan seems to be doing very well for us.
That's what we do best.
Kind of like what you did in the caves after.
Keep it up, Normal. Keep it up.
After Blaylock shot a gun off and you ran ahead and left us. I know your situation, and I understand that. But you
Obviously,
left us.
you don't.
We had to fend for ourselves.
You should have moved faster.
Is Zoramir
I'm
still
done
scarred
talking.
up and injured?
He's still injured, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go over there and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Just stare at Nemoria and cast Cure Wounds on Zoramir.
You, Nemoria and Scar.
Are the guards still in there?
They're just outside the door. The
Okay,
door's open.
I'm gonna try to take the locks off, the shackles off of Zamoria.
Thank you, Biddle. I appreciate your wanting to help. I shall
Biddle.
stand down.
Who's Biddle?
Blaylock. I'm sorry.
All right. You can try to pick lock.
All right. I do have thieves' tools, so I do have that. That's just straight up dex.
Yeah.
19 plus 9.
So you get the shackles off of his hands. You hear him clink to the floor, and one of the guards steps inside. What are you doing?
According to Longtooth, we are welcome here. I will not have one of my party members shackled. We're in the room. You have eyes on us. You may go.
And he turns and closes the door. You don't hear a latch or a lock or anything, but the door's closed.
I'm unshackled.
Your hands are.
Gonna get
Might
my
be-
feet too.
What's that? Yeah, they did your feet and your hands.
Gonna get my feet too, Scar.
Said I just did, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, did I? I mean, okay, I
Did you
didn't know.
roll?
I just thought I was doing his shackles.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know I was doing a roll on
Okay,
each
we'll
one.
say overtime. You guys both. You undo the shackles. Y'all are in a room.
Dar, is this plan salvageable?
they let
I
him
don't
unshackle
know.
me.
Zoramir was supposed to be our out, and obviously that didn't go as planned.
It's not my fault. These people don't know how to build a roof.
Something happened because he has got the highest stealth of all of us. So something
not
came into
true.
play.
How do you think I survived in the wilderness by myself?
Look
I
at
wouldn't
you.
know
You're
because
terrifying
you don't
looking.
talk to us.
Unless you have a good suggestion, Nemoria, I suggest you keep your mouth shut. Let the adults talk.
Well, I take to offense to that. However, this is your doing, and I shall
This
just
is
be
not
a
my
bystander.
doing.
We are on your mission. This is all about you, is it not?
It is not. Ever since you were brought into the clan as a family member, it is about the clan. But it seems that you don't understand that concept.
Well, I am sorry. I am new to this clan, and I'm trying to do the best I can to be a part of it.
Your best isn't good enough currently. Do better.
Obviously.
Blaylock, how do you think we should proceed?
We first need to stop biting each other's heads off. If we can stop that, then we can think about how we can recover. And that goes for all of us. We need to work as a team like we did in the last trial, in the last Knoll test. And we need to focus on the matter at hand. Scar,
now,
it needs
seems
to
that
take...
We deceived him by not presenting a full front. As we now know, any respect that I gained has now been lost.
True.
So, yes, my plan was working.
It is in the past. We must focus on the improvement now.
The fact they haven't killed us already means there must be something still there.
Or that they haven't decided to bring it to Longtooth's attention yet.
Do you think that he doesn't know what goes on in this camp? That spectacle was loud enough.
We are being weighed and measured by every knoll that looks at us.
How many guards are at the door?
2.
Weighed and measured by every knoll eye that looks at you or hears your voice in their head. We need to follow and listen. This is Scar's expertise, not Nemoria's, not Zoramir. And not Blaylock's. If we can't follow one leader, we may as well go punch that guard in the face and have.
Want me to punch him in the face?
Now.
Hey, somebody give me their sword. I'll go take care of them.
That's all I have to say.
I just go to the corner and contemplate.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of step back and just kind of follow suit as to what's going on. Because I kind of went off on the deep end, which is not my normal persona. So I'm just going to stop and contemplate about what my actions were over the course of the last 15-20 minutes.
Okay, so Scar, you kind of go over just like a relationship fight. You know, everybody goes to a different side and kind of broods a bit. Zoramir, you're
by idiots.
Zoramir, you're just kind of rubbing your wrist and things where that was, and grabbing your face. And Blaylock, you're standing there, neutral party.
I'm playing with my turret. I just pull out the turret, just start tweaking it, just start like unscrewing a bolt, screwing it back in.
With kind of, and from time to time, you just pass an awkward glare between everybody in the room, and then your eyes fall back to Zoramir, and you just kind of do that, like your eyes get really big, like, oh boy, you know. As
I give him like, I know, kind of look back.
I'm just going to, you know, kind of take Zoramir to the side and just say, hey, listen, you know, I don't know kind of what's going on. I'm trying to take your lead, but you're not very forthcoming about what's going on and what needs to be done. So I thought I was taking your taking your lead, but apparently I was wrong. And I
Are you talking to
apologize for
Scar
that.
or Zoramir?
I'm talking to Scar.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you
And-
said Zoramir, so
yeah.
I apologize. I meant Scar. Who
Like, I
cares
wasn't
about
leading this.
Boromir? Go back to playing with your damn robot.
Let's play
that's
luck.
Playlock.
Yeah. So Scar, I take him aside and say, listen, that's not normally me, and I apologize for that. However, I don't know what's going on, so you're kind of
Then
wishy-washy
pay
about it.
attention. I have not been
But you're not
wishy-washy.
forthcoming.
The plan was the same since we walked in here. Everything I said that would happen has happened. I ask you, and I ask him, one simple thing. This is the third time that we have gotten into a situation where I asked you to trust me, and you all do what you want. This is not a team. That is not how things go. I told you, trust me. I am a Knoll. I know how they react. I know how they deal with things. That's all apparently you're the Knoll, because whatever I said doesn't matter.
So you were just going to leave Zoramir out there just to die or get impaled or injured?
We didn't know what was going to happen. Again, what did I tell him before we walked in here?
I
Watch
understand.
from afar. How is that? Come into the camp. Dance around and sing.
Well, you know Zoramir. He's always got to be the center of attraction. He's little, for crying out loud. He always wants to be
If
the
you
guy.
don't trust me, then don't be around me.
I did not say I didn't trust you,
Your
but I've seen
actions
one of
have
our
said-
group.
spoken many words. At this point, we are up to Longtooth's discretion. What he wants to do is what will happen now.
Well,
When at least we had some control over things.
I apologize for the trouble that I have caused. I really,
Just
in
know-
my heart, that I was doing the right thing.
But you weren't. I'm sorry.
But I apologize
weren't.
for that.
I will not take blame for any deaths in this party.
And I agree. If anybody dies, it'll be on my watch. So shall us go forward. Let's move on.
Well, since we don't know what's going to happen next, I suggest you move on to that side of the room.
Your wish is my command.
We will be tested. I foresee. Scar, would you agree?
I do. Unfortunately, there are members of this party that I don't trust.
All of us?
This may be as a party or individually, but regardless, we will be tested physically. So we should prepare with whatever means we have at our disposal. Zoramir,
Fireball.
Hopefully they give you your weapons back.
I don't see that happening.
I'll be AFK for a second.
I hand him one of my short swords. You may want to hide this a little better.
Do you have a dagger on all that kit?
I do not.
Hmm.
If you wish to
Yes, this
defend
will do.
yourself, this will do.
Take the short sword.
Okay. While you're having these discussions, The door kind of opens and they throw in a few hunks of meat, cooked, and leave the door open. And walk off.
I'll eat a beat of nourishment. I won't touch the meat.
Okay.
I'm not feeling very hungry.
I will take the bite of the meat.
Okay. It's good. A little undercooked.
I'll have some of the meat as well.
Okay.
I just be wary. I have no clue what comes next. And for the first time, you're just kind of see Scar's not as confident as he was. I suggest whatever gods you pray to, you may want to have a conversation tonight.
Fear not, Scar. We have been through worse trials than this one, and even with the infighting, we still persevere.
On the quiet of night,
I don't
you
think
could always
you realize.
You could always take those guards out and sneak back out of the camp.
I am going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Mm.
And keep in mind that the guards won't pretend that they didn't hear that. They're standing outside the door.
Good point.
You do realize their hearing is just as good as mine.
We're all talking quietly here.
Yes, their hearing is still as good as mine.
Anyway, you were going to say, Scar?
Pray to your gods. You may not live through tomorrow.
Oh, I'll live. One way or another.
Prayer.
I always live through death.
Prayer will not bring us any resolution. Think. Use that brain.
We are surrounded by an entire clan of military-type gnolls. Our one inkling of an outsider got caught. What makes you think that we're going to get out of this alive? In my
Ashing good
experience... Oh, you look good to them, all right. As food.
I can't.
I am just being honest. Do you really think that we would have survived if we had attacked Grimscar?
No, we wouldn't have not. I agree with that.
Longtooth is more of a tactician.
There's the Scar we need. You have an assessment of this situation. He is a tactician. Military gnolls.
Unfortunately, it may come down to challenging him for power.
Again, Scar, do you think you could take him one-on-one?
To be honest, probably not. but I would die trying.
Then I think you should try to talk to him and persuade him or help him to see the right side before you try to hurt him.
What do you think his sister said? I believe she had the same thought process as he was ripping off her jaw and beating her to death with it.
Grimscar never really got into that discussion. But I would assume, being a female, she tried the diplomatic. Tried to reason with him. In the conversation, he said he had never met that dark drow. If that is true, that means he might have been altered without his knowing.
That was a turning point in the conversation today. Mention of the orc and the drow and him being taken advantage of, used.
And I don't know about you, but I didn't see any orcs standing around when we were paraded in here.
No, I did not.
All we can do now is wait.
Just remember that Scar speaks for the rest of us, and our response should be to reciprocate that Scar speaks for us.
I agree, Blaylock.
Zoramir?
I will just follow his lead.
Scar speaks for the rest of us.
I'm just gonna not talk in front of these
Scar
gnolls anymore.
speaks for the rest of us.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
So, what does Scar need to do then, going from here? Does he need to talk to him, Longtooth?
Rest. We need rest before the morrow. If anybody needs to collect his thoughts, it is not you or I. It is our voice. The only one who has any knowledge of the tribal quandaries that Scar deals with or has dealt with in the past.
Well, not much we can do, but wait until we're called out again.
I'm going to just take Scar's lead, and we'll just kind of relax until Scar needs us.
Yeah, just take
What time of day is it?
Probably late afternoon at this point. After the meeting and the brooding and conversations.
Zoramir, what did you see? Did you see anything from your outlook?
Did I?
What I described to you.
Just a bunch of gnolls going about their business. This place is a little bit more military-like than last camp we were in, but I don't know.
Entry. Is there, we know the way we came in. Do we know any other way out?
I mean, you could climb over top. Seems to be a bunch of caves all around, but don't know where they go.
Well, we've never fared very well when it came to climbing.
Well, yeah, you should be the one talking there.
You're right. I can't even manage to get myself out of a pit.
I think climbing is out of the option. We would just be sitting ducks for all these gnolls shooting arrows at us if we even attempted that.
One way in, one way out. Heavily guarded. This is quite the conundrum that we've put ourselves into.
Scar better be one smooth talker today.
Blaylock, did I hear you say you healed Thoramir of his wounds?
I did.
Is he good to go?
How much did I heal for?
Give me a minute.
40? 35?
Just 7.
I'll take it.
Intent was to try and bandage up or stop the flow of blood and possible scarring. While we're here and staring at each other awkwardly, I've got this circlet that could use a good identification. I'm going to spend some time. I have been derelict in my duties of keeping us apprised of these strange artifacts that we come across. And seeing as though this came from the drow in question, maybe it will benefit us. I'm going to cast identify item.
Okay. So you spend some time and cast it. I'm getting it for you here.
This is a very interesting circlet. Nothing like I've seen before. But apparently, this could benefit us, but only with a plan. This takes time to attune to. I will dwell on this, and if it becomes advantageous, I will tell you in the morning.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Keep twiddling with my turret.
Okay.
Screw it in. Screw it out. Test it out.
I'm just laying on one of the bunks.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at every nook and cranny of this room, see if there's any hidden passageway.
All right. You look it over. You don't see any. Very cave-like. Smells like a cave. Looks like a cave. There's some hay on the floor. Want to rest till morning?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my small spherical object that I had when we were in the cave. I'm just going to try to concentrate on it and see if I can figure out why it is that I needed to pick it up.
That's gone. That was gone 2 weeks ago.
Oh, never mind.
I think we donated that to the old lady,
Oh,
the elder.
yeah, the elder. Okay.
Now you can just think fondly on your ball.
Oh, I can think about what it could have been had I not given it to her.
Well, Nemoria and Zamoria, or Soramir. Why don't you guys take watch, since you have a keener eye for this predicament?
There's not much to watch out for, but gladly.
But yes, I think a watch is worthy.
I agree.
Now.
Zoramir, do you want first or second watch?
Well, I'll take first. Not too tired right now.
Very well. I am tired. I'm going to bed. I've had enough argument for the day.
I was entertaining. Sitting back and watching you and Scar go at it.
Well, I did not want it to be that way, but things had to be said.
All right, get some rest. Wake you up when it's your turn.
Thank you. I will be asleep.
All right. Anyone else doing anything? All right. Zoramir, you can roll perception.
See what I perceive. Oh, man, I am not rolling great tonight. 12.
It's a cave. It's got a door on it. You can hear the guards talking outside, but they're talking in a language you're not familiar with. Your watch passes.
I go over to Demoria, sit next to her and kind of nudge and poke her face a little bit. Demoria.
Stop!
Demoria,
Why are you poking my face, little one?
It's your turn.
But all you gotta do is shake me. You don't have to poke my face.
It's a long, boring watch.
I understand that, but why poke my
Awake,
face?
aren't you?
Oh, I am now. Go to sleep, little one.
Get out of my bed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go stand watch.
Did you just take the bed because it was warm?
It would surprise me out of that little dick.
Mike, we still got you here?
Yep.
Okay. Your video's kind of frozen.
Yeah,
frozen.
Because I haven't moved.
Definitely frozen.
No,
He's looking down at his cards going, what do I do now?
Okay, so Nemoria, roll perception.
All right. 25.
You hear, as morning comes, the sound of a commotion outside. And slowly the party all starts to wake up as the door opens up. And you all hear in the distance the sounds of drums and crowds cheering as the two guards arrive inside the room and motion out to follow them.
I'm going to go back inside. Even though the guards are there, I'm going to go back inside and wake each one. Say, listen,
everyone's
it's
awake.
daytime. Oh, very good. I don't have to do that. Something is up with the guards being here this early.
I just walk out.
Okay.
Head up high.
Gonna follow behind him.
Absolutely. He's the leader.
Zoramir?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow out.
Okay. So you follow the guard out, and the sounds of the crowds and the drums get louder and louder as they lead you down a small path, around and around. Cheering gets louder as the other gnolls see you coming, and they lead you into this central area of the camp, and you can see above a portcullis is kind of a tarped off area, and Longtooth sits there kind of hunched over. Gnolls surrounding him, save one hunched over figure kind of in a cloak beside him, whispering into his ear, it looks like. And as you enter the area, he kind of pushes that person away, and the guards back off a bit as another gate closes in front of them, leaving you in the center of the area. In the center of the pit, as you saw before, it looks like a well, and hanging over the central well is a ragged-looking gnoll suspended with a rope on each arm as it hangs over the pit. Its head slowly raises as you enter. Did you come to save us? As Scar, you see Burn Patch hanging over the pit.
Why would you do this to one of your own?
To the guards, or who's that directed at?
I just yell it out.
No response. As the cheers get louder and louder, eventually Longtooth stands up and looks over the area, looks down, and raises a hand, and the crowd, just without even a word, starts to quiet down. After a brief moment, he shouts, "Begin!" And you hear the moaning of the portcullis as it begins to lift, and from inside the portcullis you hear and then
Oh, jeez.
as this massive creature steps outside of the darkened room, tiny eyes blinking in the light, and its large shape almost comically hiding its tiny arms as it lets out this massive roar and levels its head toward the center of the arena. Roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm a head out.
Give me 1 second. Right.
Does it have a jetpack?
It does not.
Only you would ask.
All right. All right. Initiatives. Blaylock.
14.
Zormir.
Also 14.
Scar.
I think we lost Scar.
23.
No.
Oh, 20.
Oh, no, there he is.
Of all the times.
Nemoria.
17.
All right, Scar, you are up.
How high up is Burn Patch?
He's just over the top of it. So the well itself is probably 3 foot high, and he's hanging over the top of that.
Okay. So here's what I want to try to do. I want to run. So I got 45 feet. I want to run. I want to jump up. Try to swing the rope back towards the party. And with my sword, I want to cut it so he's not dangling there.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
that's interesting.
Make an acrobatics.
Wow.
All I have here is the short sword.
That sucks to be you, don't it?
Yep.
All right, so 25. Where's my acrobatic? 30.
Okay. So Scar just takes off running forward. He leaps onto the well, catching 1 foot on top of it, jumps forward. As he does, he grabs a hold of the rope, pulls out a quick knife blade, cuts it, and then he swings around as him and Burn Patch come swinging around the post where the other arm is tied onto. Burn Patch, and with a quick motion, Scar slices again the other rope, and they go tumbling off to the side and both stand up.
I'm assuming that would take all 3 of my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot. All right. Nemoria, you're up.
I am going to see what's going on. I'm going to start rattling my hands around, and I see what's going to happen. So I'm going to cast Bless on all of my party, all 4 of us.
Okay. All the
That
party
gives them a D4.
begins glowing slightly and feel better about your odds in the battle.
What do we get?
It's
You get a D4.
D4. That's what I thought. All right.
to your attacks and saves, I believe.
Beauteous.
Yes.
All right. The beast charges forward. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I don't like that word.
Right up to Nemoria.
Of course.
And makes a bite.
I am going to use my warding flare.
Okay.
You're attacked by a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet. Disadvantage on the attack roll.
No save for it.
No.
Okay. All right. He takes a bite, and you just hear a massive woof as the jaws come crashing down, and they just miss right outside of you. And you kind of feel its breath press against your shield as he turns and attacks Scar with his tail. And he hits. For 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Blaylock, your turn.
I'm gonna cast reduce on the creature,
Okay.
and so it's the first time I've used that. And yeah, there's no saving throw for that. It's just shrinky.
Does it have to be a willing creature?
If the target is unwilling, it makes a Constitution
There we
saving throw.
19.
I will stare at the beast in anger.
Nice.
You see the creature's flesh begin to ripple as it seems like outside forces are trying to force it down, and it turns in anger. And Zormir, you're up.
Get
well,
the bless.
wait, what did the bless do again?
Bless doesn't do anything against the creature's Constitution saving throw.
I am. Actually, I guess I have that too.
It is.
Am going to take my short sword and, since that's the only weapon I have, and go and try and slash it.
All right, so you want to move right there. Okay.
Yep. Oh, we got some new characters here.
Yeah, I accidentally deleted all the characters, so I had to get new ones.
Oh no.
But these look better.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
like mine.
Better.
I do. I like mine. It's got a shield
70
on
Dungeons remastered.
it. and that bless is for saving throws.
Against you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, against us, but yeah, I got you.
All right.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That'll hit. And you will get sneak attack.
Sure will. So that's 10 base plus 11, so 21.
That's with your sneak attack?
Yep.
All right. As you run up to its leg and you just start hacking as much as you can, almost closing your eyes and swinging wildly in front, and you just feel it connecting, and you open your eyes and blood's pouring out from the creature's wound, and it howls out in pain. It's pretty angry.
I am going to step back 10 feet.
Okay, it's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Does it still get that if I use it as my cunning action?
Gotta tell me
Disengage.
beforehand. Ooh.
Oh no. It's taking a long time.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Hey, man, he hit me for 23 damage right off the bat.
35 points of piercing damage.
Down. I'm gonna be down soon.
You did take the long rest before you came down, right?
We all did.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. And you are now grappled.
In its mouth.
You're in its mouth. Blaylock knows that feeling quite well. So your speed is 0. That's pretty much it. Grappled is... Oh, you're also restrained. Sorry. So attack rolls have advantage against you.
Awesome.
And the creature's Your attacks have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Awesome.
So you see, as Zormir tries to run away, the creature turns and you hear, and as it lifts its head up, Zormir, pierced by the massive teeth of the creature, as it whips its head back and forth, it's in its grasp. Scar, you're up.
Okay. Does he still get opportunity attack since he just used his reaction?
No.
Then I will jump to the other side of the well, pulling out the bow.
Like right there?
Over to your right, 4 more.
Oh, 4 more. Okay.
That thing hits hard. Need to be away from it. All right. First arrow. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. That is... Might help if I put that up there. For 9 damage. Second attack. 19.
That hits.
Oh, it might help if I actually roll the right dice. Come on.
It does.
I'm trying to use the D&D Beyond.
Ah, okay.
There we go. Alright, for 13 damage.
Alright.
And that's my attack. I will yell out to Burn Patch. Now is the time for your metal to come out.
Okay.
Prove that you are not an exile.
And Nomoria, you are up.
All right, I'm within 5 feet, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and use my cantrip, Word of Radiance.
Okay.
16 dex save.
Okay. It fails.
And it would be 9
Okay.
damage.
All right. That it?
Yep.
All right. Burn Patch feeling encouraged by Scar's words. Actually, Scar, roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Go, boy, go.
Oh, well, you know, persuasion is disadvantage, so.
It's
Bahamut is on your side.
Actually, that's not bad. So, 16.
okay. Burn Patch gets up and he runs straight toward the creature.
Oh no.
Makes an attack with his claws.
Too
And-
much confidence.
He hits the creature's thigh with his claws, and he does 3 points of damage. And after he gets in, he pulls some of the flesh off of the creature. He looks over at the crowd and raises his hands in the air. The creature's turn. He's going to tail attack Burn Patch.
Oh, jeez.
He hits.
Didn't move.
Yeah. And dies.
For 20 points of damage
To who?
to
Burn patch.
Burn Patch.
Oh, perp.
And he just the creature raises the tail up in the air and just right down on top of the Burn Patch. And as he removes the tail, you can see Burn Patch's he's in bad shape. You see some bones protruding from his gaunt frame. And
Poor little bug.
he turns to his head, kind of rolls over to Blaylock, and you just see a smile form across his face. He's still alive.
Jesus. Well, at least he didn't just get eaten.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Oh.
Really?
I want to use Flash of Genius on Zoramir.
okay,
So he gets a +5 to a saving throw. And in character, I'm just going to look at him. I'll be like, get ready to roll to your left.
okay. As the creature bites down,
Between that and Bless, that's awesome.
and he hits.
Of course.
That was with the. Does that stack? Flash of Genius and Bless?
Yeah.
Okay.
For 30 points of piercing damage.
I am going to use my. I can use my evasion on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe so. Could have used it on the first one too. Uncanny dodge, not evasion.
Yeah, uncanny dodge.
Believe that. It's half damage from any attack, I believe. Something like that.
Yep.
One attack per turn.
Yep.
As you guys see the creature fling Zormir's limp body, it does a somersault in the air and then just bites down again. And you hear bones crunching.
Oh!
Blaylock, you're up.
So did he miss on that?
No, he hit.
No,
Oh, he
he
hit.
only took half the damage. Though.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were hoping he had a saving throw on there. That's why we burned those things. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell to Nemoria. Nemoria, get Zoramir. I'll get Burn Patch. And
I will.
I'll send Loyal out to Burn Patch, and then Cure Wounds level 2 on Burn Patch.
Okay.
And 19.
All right.
Wait, who was the cure wounds for?
The NPC.
Thanks.
Okay. Zormir, you're up.
I see Blaylock go and heal this stranger, and I'm just like, oh.
You can attempt to escape if you'd like.
I'm gonna try to escape.
Okay. So
Is this where Flash of Genius comes into play?
it's not a saving throw. It's a skill check.
I'd have to take a look at the verbiage. Yeah. This is a reaction. It just says to your an ability check or saving throw.
It's ability
Okay.
check.
So, yep, Flash of Genius.
Yep. Roll to your left, Zoramir. Playing on the fact that I have an advantage with my perspective of him in the jaws.
All right, I'm gonna try and roll to the left.
Okay, it's just a straight D20 with whatever modifiers that gives you.
Yeah, looks like plus 5 and then a 1d4 from the bless.
It's not a save, so you wouldn't get anything from the bless.
Oh, then plus 5. All these
11.
rules.
With the +5,
Yep.
you
Oh, son of a bitch.
you grab a hold of the tooth that's piercing into your side. The tooth. And and you push with all your might to get it out of your body, and then it just slips through your hands. You feel it puncture back through.
Ugh.
Scar, you're up.
All right. Casting Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to attack. First attack. No, one spell and then an attack. So, okay. 16, 18, 19, 29 to hit.
That's definitely hitting.
For 19 damage.
Okay.
And I just yell at the group, get back and use area effect spells.
That's it.
That's my turn.
Lemuria, you're up.
I forgot to do
All right.
Hunter's Mark on that.
So, question is if I back up before I attack, is that an attack of opportunity for him?
You can disengage. You can claim a disengage, which is
Oh.
will be your action.
Okay, so
That gets you away.
Okay, so I will disengage
Okay.
and I will back up 10 feet away from him,
Okay, you're up against the wall.
and then I am going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Zoramir.
Okay.
And that will be for 14 points.
Oh, yes.
Did you cast it at level 3?
That was at level 1.
No, it wasn't.
Let me look. Yeah, it was. It's a 1d4 plus 5.
For 14 points?
Yeah.
There's no way.
That math
How'd
doesn't
that
add up.
happen? No, it does not. I wonder how that happened.
Does it say 3d4 plus 5?
No, it's 1d4 plus 5.
That's not possible.
No, you're right. I don't know what the hell that came from.
I mean, I'll
Okay,
gladly
so-
take it. But
Yeah, I know you would. So I just re-rolled it as 4 plus 5, which equals 9.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I don't know how that came from.
All right. It bites down on Zoramir again. It was almost a natural 20.
oh, gosh.
For 32 points of piercing damage.
16 points.
Okay.
Just became a chew toy.
I guess I need you to kill this thing.
And it's going to swing at Burn Patch. That hits.
Man.
For 25 points of damage.
To who?
Burn Patch.
Fur patch.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
And you again see the tail raise up. And as it lifts up, you see Burn Patch twitching, but not moving as he's knocked unconscious. Blaylock, you're up.
Oh, dang it!
Right.
I didn't realize my sneak attack and bolt from the grave went up. Never mind.
So be it. Per Scar's advice, shatter on creature.
Okay.
No.
Loud ringing noise, painfully intense. Da-da-da-da-da. And
Is
on
it
that
a-
point, must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 1 second.
Plus,
What,
plus.
what level are you casting at?
I can only do it at second.
Oh, okay. Okay, Zormir, make a saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
11.
And the creature failed.
Ready?
And Zormir failed.
Mm-hmm. Damage?
Yeah, what's the damage? Sorry.
Oh, okay. 14. Oh, is that plus 9? Nope, never mind. Nope, just 14.
And actually, Burn Patch is in that range too because it's a 10-foot sphere. So that is automatic fail. What was it? 17?
14.
14. Thank you. Zormir?
I am down. I am down.
You hear as bones crack from inside the creature, and you hear the light scream from Zormir, and you see a hand fall down out of its mouth as Zormir goes limp.
Yet again, killed my own team.
Zormir, make a death saving throw.
Hopefully I got all my bad rolls out for the night. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see.
12.
12, that's a save.
Oh, nice. Yay,
that's-
you.
That's one success. Scar, you are up.
Attack. 26.
That would hit.
For 14 damage.
Okay.
Second attack. For 27.
That would hit.
For 14 damage.
All right. Arrows fly out, sticking into its screen. The crowd just cheers. You see things get thrown into the air. Nemoria.
So I'm going to use a cantrip. I'm within 60 feet. So I'm going to use Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
You have a wisdom check of 16.
18.
Ah, shit. Okay, so I am going to try and save my little buddy. I know he's in dire peril, so I'm going to use Healing Word, second level. That will be it's kind of 12.
Okay. Zormir, you feel your wounds close as you kind of come to.
Wake up and probably look around and then remember I am still in the jaws of this beast. And let out a scream.
Okay. It's creature's turn. It's going to a Zormir in its mouth.
And I'm dead again.
Move up to Nemoria, but it's going to bite down on Zormir.
I'm going to use my warding flare for him.
Can you use it as a reaction to what?
Oh, that's right. It is an action. You're correct. I'm sorry.
Yep. All right. So Zormir. Uh, 34 points of piercing damage.
I'm down again.
Jeez.
This bites down again, and Zormir is looking pretty bad as this thing keeps tossing him in the air and biting down on him. He's getting multiple puncture wounds.
I just come to.
And he's going to use his tail to make an attack at Blaylock. And it misses. Blaylock, you're up.
I'm going to summon the turret, the protector turret.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Loyal. So that's the end of my turn, but Loyal goes right after me. And he is going to use his little handy-dandy Force Strike. Let's see. Attack. 1d4 plus 2.
So you did your turret as a bonus
protector.
action.
No, that's actually as my action.
Okay.
And the Loyal will actually attack just right after my turn.
Okay.
And it's just a ranged weapon attack plus 4. Where is it giving me my ranged weapon attack? It's just a 1d10 plus 4. All right. Hold, please. $21 on the.
Yeah, it's.
And sorry, there's no D&D Beyond does not have dice for this, so this is the old-fashioned way.
I'm only using the dice for my damage rolls, honestly.
Yeah, I hear you. And that is 5 points of damage.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. As it flutters up to you flutters up to it and does some damage.
Pokes it right in the eye. Dink. There she is. There's Loyal. Good
All right.
job.
Zormir, make a death saving throw.
Gladly. 3.
That is a failure. One failure. Scar, you are up.
Okay. First attack. 16.
That hits.
For 19 damage.
All right.
Second attack, natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
Let's see. With a sharp stick. triple damage, and the target must make a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the target loses an eye.
All right.
Okay,
He rolled a
so-
17.
All right, well, fuck him.
I agree.
It's a small eye.
So triple damage. So 17 times 3 plus 5. So do the math here. For 57 damage.
All right. As you see arrows, and it starts howling out in pain. It's looking pretty rough.
And that was my turn.
Nemoria, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to use Toll of the Dead cantrip.
Okay.
You have a wisdom throw of 16.
And I got 16. So,
So does that mean I win?
nope.
Nope.
Damn it. All right, so I'm going to. So that's an action, so I cannot do Spare the Dying because that's another action.
That's another
I thought
cantrip.
there was a cantrip.
They're both cantrips.
Yeah. Yeah, so Zormir, is he down?
Yeah, but he's in the
Yes.
mouth above you.
But he has like 0 hit points, correct?
Don't do it. Do
Fine.
whatever you want.
No, I love you, pal. That's why I was thinking the same thing as you were, buddy. So I'll go ahead and I'm done.
Okay. 1 second.
I was thinking the same thing, Scar. So after last week,
Like I said, I'm not trying to play your character for you, but
nope. But you know I'm new, so I need all the help I can get.
we'll talk about it afterwards.
Absolutely.
All right. It is the creature's turn.
Top of the round. Oh,
Who's he hitting at?
He hits Zormir. That's an automatic death saving throw. That's 2 death saving throws.
Oh, that's not
Two,
good.
that's
Technically-
2 failures.
That's 2, so he's at 3.
No, it's only. I had to look it up real quick. It says
I thought any melee attack was an automatic crit, which is 2 fails.
if the damage is from a critical hit, you suffer 2 failures instead when you take damage at 0 hit points.
Really? Okay. Your call. I
yeah.
just thought I read something the other day that said that any melee damage to a character that's already down is an automatic 2 failures because it's considered an automatic crit. You're not gonna miss.
I think he's right.
Do this to me.
Dude, I'm not trying to screw you over here.
Yeah.
I know I just read that
Yeah,
like a couple days ago.
should be one of the things I know.
Zormir, it was nice knowing you, pal. You little buddy.
Oh, that's a incapacitated thing, is what it would be. Because when you're incapacitated, you take. It counts as a critical. I think I'm looking. I think you're right.
Because you can't defend yourself, and I mean, let's be honest, he's inside of a dinosaur's mouth.
Hmm.
Nemoria, you hear the crunching of bones as the creature slams its mouth down on Zormir.
Is it my turn?
And then he swings his tail at Blaylock. And he hits. For 24 points of bludgeoning damage. Blaylock, you are up.
All right, the turret is going to pulse, and refresher on pulse. Come on, pulse. Yep, and he's going to pulse, and then everybody is besides poor dead Zormir. 1d8 puts 5. And everyone gets 8 temporary hit points besides Scar. Everyone in range, so that's Loyal, myself, Turret, and Nemoria.
Now, would that be Burr and Patch as well, or is he dead? I don't know that for sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Burn Patch is dead. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if he saved any of his death saving throws.
No.
You never know.
He didn't roll well.
All right. And then Loyal is going to use Lightning Grasp on the creature.
Okay.
You're supposed to be 3d8.
Roll to hit first.
Yeah. 10.
That misses.
Mm-hmm. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Scar, you are up.
All right. First arrow for 16 to hit.
How did your guys' screens get all messed up again?
I keep disconnecting.
Oh, okay.
For some reason now, instead of it just freezing up on me, it's just disconnecting and reconnecting. So
Oh my gosh. The humanity of it all.
Dude, I'm telling you, this fucking network, man. So that is 20 damage on the first hit.
Ooh, yeah.
And that pierces through the back of the creature's skull. And you hear it howl out in pain as it takes a couple steps back and falls to the ground. Dead.
Yes.
As
And I'm screaming, woo!
As it falls to the ground, its mouth falls open, and Zormir rolls out across the ground.
I just yell out into the crowd. Is this what you wanted, Longtooth? Is this what you needed to have happen?
I'm going to go over there and try and cast Cure Wounds on him.
So, and I, at the same time, he's right in front of me. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying cantrip.
Yep.
Okay.
We're over there frantically trying to do what we can for him.
Okay. So, Blaylock, you run over to Zormir, put your hands on him, and the light pulses from your hands, but nothing enters into Zormir. Nemoria,
I got nothing.
You reach down and touch Zormir, and you feel the power from Bahamut ripple out, but there's nothing. Longtooth stands up, and you can see him smile on his face as he looks down at you, Scar.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself, and then I'm going to go over to Burn Patch.
Okay.
And pick him up. So, I just wanted you to know that's what I was going to be doing while this is going. And I'm just staring at Longtooth the whole time.
Zoramir, it's not time yet. Then I'm going to do it again.
Okay. You cast it and nothing happens.
Bastard.
As I'm holding Burn Patch. Is this what your clan means to you, Longtooth? Just playthings and toys for these ridiculous creatures? Where's the honor in that?
And he looks down. Some of you passed the test of strength. Some of you, and he looks down at Zoramir, did not.
I'm going to pick up Zoramir. Nemoria, help me.
I absolutely will. Let's take him. Is there any way that I can pray to Bahamut to spare the dying?
You can do whatever.
I want to spare the dying on him one last time. I cannot lose him.
Call out your prayer.
Oh, Bahamut, please. You have taken everything from me, and I have asked nothing from you. This one time, I have asked for you to heal my friend, our guardian, and our group member. Please take him into your hands and spare him his life one more time. I pray this to you, Bahamut.
Roll a persuasion. Or religion, sorry.
Oh, that's much better. 18.
You reach out to the God and implore him to help. Nothing happens.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to spit it in Nemoria's feet. Stop praying and help me move him.
I will do whatever it takes. He is our friend, our comrade.
Do something worthwhile and move him. Stop with your prayers.
What do you want me to do?
Move him now. Get by
You have
Scar.
him in your hands. Where do you want to go with him, Blaylock?
We'll move over to Scar.
What will you have us do now, Longtooth? What other entertainment can we provide for you?
The crowd, which is going wild, crazy over the defeat of the creature and the loss of your party member. Longtooth looks over. You have shown bravery in the eyes of certain doom. But, and he kind of trails off for a moment as if in deep thought. The test of endurance will seek to claim you. Retrieve my 3 seeking stones from the depths below. And he gestures to the pit in the center of the arena. If you survive, you will be one step closer to proving your might.
Now, you said when we came in here, we saw some shadowed character whispering in his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Are these your words? Or are they coming from that foul creature?
He just looks back at him and back at you.
That's what I thought. So the pit, is there water in the pit?
You don't know. You didn't look while you were pulling an Errol Flynn.
Tell me
over
when
the...
I was gonna say, really? I'm Indiana Jones the bitch out of this thing. And then water's...
You would guess there's water in it in the center.
Oh boy.
And you see, you start hearing the crowd chanting. Starts quietly, and then you start hearing, "Move them, move them, move them, move them." Guards begin coming out of the doorways, spears at the ready, and forming a circle as they slowly, one step at a time.
I lay Burn Patch down on his back, arms crossed. I close his eyes and I'm just like, you were brave. No matter what they said. I didn't see any of them down here risking their lives. And then I'll jump into the well.
Okay. So Scar goes and jumps into the well. So while Blaylock and Nemoria, you just see him jump up and jump right in. And in the distance you hear...
Yeah, I'm that man. I'm gonna put Zoromir down. Farewell, friend. And then
I am not done yet.
I'm gonna follow suit and jump in.
I'm going to. I don't believe this. I really want to touch him one more time. And I want to make sure that he is not gone from us. I'm going to cast Spare.
Spare the dying?
I'm going to
I'll be back. I'm still listening. I'll be back.
yeah, you're fine. I'm going to touch him with Revivify. I want him to be back with us. He was the best thing we have in our group. I am heartbroken. So I'm going to cast Revivify on him.
You take out the small pouch that the priest gave you as you left the temple. You hold it into the air, up to Bahamut. Blaylock, you hear something coming from behind you, this commotion. The ground begins to rumble. Zoromir, roll a d20.
What?
Just do it, damn it.
16.
Shit.
You feel the ground rumble, Blaylock and Nemoria. A light begins to illuminate as the sun gets brighter and brighter. Zoromir, roll a d20.
19.
That's my boy.
Nemoria, you look down at Zoromir, face beaten, holes in his body. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
God damn it. I can't take this emotional swing. My heart's like in the middle of my chest.
You and me, buddy, we're going to be best friends.
All right. Well, thank you all for those that came and stopped by to watch. I hope you enjoyed the session. And we'll be with you next week, 7 o'clock, for another see what happens to Zoromir and Scar and the rest of the party here. So thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Damn straight. Woo!
I had to. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, bro.
Peace out, brothers.
Yeah. Take care, everybody, and we hope to see you next week.
See you next week.